Today's KSL Clanwar between oGs and NSH. We have NSH with the first win in this clan where Sting was able to take down Illusion. Now it is up to Luvsic to tie the scores. At least he's the pick for Team oGs. They decided to use a Zerg player on Belcher Beach against Sting, and we are going to witness his attempt to take down the Terran player from oGs and tie the scores. Right now we have Luvsic, and he's a Zerg player at the top left. And it's kind of interesting because in today's Clanwar, in today's GSTL Clanwar that was played earlier this day, we didn't have a Zerg player for oGs. They used mainly Terran players, except for Vines, who was their opening player. They only chose Terran players to participate in the Clanwar. Now the Zerg players get a chance to participate as well and to show their skills. We have Luvsic at the top left, as I already mentioned, and his opponent is starting at the bottom right. Belcher Beach is in the map where in the early game it is very easy for the Terran player to just wall off at the front with two buildings. This is one of the reasons why I'm actually a bit surprised that we see the drone scout a little bit late. There are a couple of Zerg players, for example Violet, who uses a very early drone scout in order to try to sneak into the base, but well, usually you just have those two buildings, and this is exactly why we have double barracks play, not 11-11, but still double barracks play for Sting. And it's so hard for a Zerg or for a Protoss to sneak into their opponent's main base on Belcher Beach when they are facing a Terran player, and most Terrans just try to capitalize on that. Most of them are going for early command center, just trying to put not all that much pressure, a little bit of Hellion pressure in the early game onto our opponent, but just trying to take that second base. But because you can't scout, you never know, is there a second barracks behind this wall, and is there a gas or isn't there? So with a double oh, that's actually cute. That is actually really cute. He queued up that drone in order to just spot the high ground, and now there's one marine being built. This marine will just chase away the drone, and then the barracks will definitely have it down to the low ground in order to just shorten the way between the production building and the expansion of his opponent. But Sting is already a little bit late. He needs to be careful because his opponent finished his hatchery already and is building the first few links. So this double barracks play is really late, and that's what I'm a little bit surprised about. Usually you go for an 11-11 barracks if you want to put a lot of pressure onto your opponent, but this time he has double barracks, but that's about it. So as soon as he gets scouted, Luvsic will be able to react in time. Let's see how effective this push is really gonna be. I'm a little bit worried that he might not do any damage at all. The Marines will be scouted in just a few seconds. He knows about them already, is throwing down a spine crawler immediately in his main base. The Queens are out already, and we have more and more links being built. 18 to 21 harvesters. And there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm really not sure if this push will accumulate to anything, but he needs to be careful. He's killing a lot of Zerglings right now. He needs to wait for more Zerglings if he really wants to be successful with this. But the Spine Crawler is about to finish, and the Marines are in a lot of trouble. The Queens are doing a good job. The Zerglings are not all that successful against the Marines, though. More and more Marines are being built, while Sting is now getting his command center. A nice transfuse onto the Spine Crawler. We have 19 to 20 harvesters, but Luvsic is already mining from 2 mineral lines and therefore has a small edge when it comes down to his mineral income. Don't forget about the mule though. 10 additional Zerglings are now being built, and obviously he has to sacrifice a lot of lava for the link production. The Marines are trying to sneak by, getting into the position at the mineral line, but the Zerglings are already in position to take them on, and they are going to take them down as well. All of them die to the pressure play of to the nice defense of Luvsic. Sting with a little bit of a pressure play, but as I already mentioned, with a very late barracks, it doesn't accumulate too much. I'm wondering a little bit about his build. I'm not a huge fan, to be honest. He now has the bunker ready and a bunch of marines in order to defend, but there are a lot of Zerglings, 18 in total. He's building more of them. He just scouted the command center in the back, and we have a baneling nest being built now, and speed is about to kick in, so he wants to get aggressive, and I think that he could do a lot of damage with a well-timed attack. We have 27 to 26 harvesters. Finally harvesting from 2 mineral lines is Sting. The Zerglings sneak into the main base. And yep, the supply... Oh, he doesn't even lift the supply depot. Huge mistake. And now we have a small in-game lag, but at the same time he scouts those 3 barracks. And there's no tech! There's no tech whatsoever for Sting. He doesn't have any tech. We have 20 additional links being built. He's building a lot of links. We don't have tech for Luvsic either. He scouts what's happening, and he decides just to go for it. He is morphing 8 banelings, while his opponent is now finally adding a barracks. Oh, the marines will be a little bit too late. The Zerglings are going to attack, trying to cut them off, and they are able to do exactly so. The banelings about to kill. Are they going to kill the one bunker? It looks like it, but all those SCVs are already repairing. I actually would have liked it a lot better if he would have tried to detonate the banelings into the SCVs. He could have dealt a lot more damage to his opponent. We have 30 to 34 harvesters. And Luvsic is in a little bit of a crucial situation here. He has to decide whether he wants to go for the long game, whether he wants to turn on the macro mode, or if he wants to get aggressive. But if he is continuing to be aggressive, something that's happening right now as he's morphing additional banelings, then he needs to deal more damage, because now his opponent is ahead in harvesters and he already has the factory. So if Sting is still doing a good job with his defense, then Luvsic will be in a lot of trouble, even though he was ahead in this game already. But in the streaming into the main base, the banelings not going anywhere though, and most of them are not doing a lot of damage. A final baneling detonating, he's killing the bunker. More reinforcements are streaming in, but it's not enough in my opinion. He doesn't have the numbers right now, and now he starts to drone up again. The third base is already being built. Sting obviously in a situation where he wants to have as many bunkers as possible, because he realized that his opponent is putting on quite a lot of pressure. The third base is nearly done, and we still have only 1 gas for Luvsic. Luvsic certainly has the gas to tech, and that's exactly what he's doing right now. He's going for Leia, he's adding another queen, starting to spread his creep, but we have the starport being built, and that kind of negates the early game advantage that Luvsic had due to the little bit of a failed opening by Sting, I'd say. But yeah, the game is not really even, as Sting has quite the advantage when it comes down to his economy. And this might prove a problem. This might prove a real problem to Luvsic, because we also have the upgrades done. Stim is on its way. We have a Reaper for scouting. We have the combat shield by now, and he has the first tank researching siege mode and is now trying to put pressure onto his opponent's base. He is expecting a third base, and this is exactly where he's walking to, so that's going to be quite interesting. Will he be able to destroy the third? And well, Luvsic with a couple of mistakes. He was looking really good when he defended against the aggression of Sting. If he would have just turned on macro mode, I feel that he would be miles ahead by now. Oh, this time the banelings may be able to connect with the marines. A couple of them are already dead, but the tank is still alive, and the marines are actually doing a good job. This tank might not survive to fight another day though. Whoa, just be able to kill the last Zergling with the help of the Reaper, and he needs to head back again. 77-81 supply against 71, so right now we have another advantage once again for Sting when it comes down to the supply. Speed for the banelings is being researched by Luvsic. And just given the general flow of the game, Sting is still far ahead. He's building the third base now, at least he's building the command center. He wants to establish it right in the middle. He can use a planetary fortress here in order to just make sure that no attack by Luvsic will easily kill this command center. And we have a spire attack, a very late spire obviously, as we are already 13.5 minutes into the game. Wait a second, and now, badam, 1337, that's right. Supplies are about even. Harvester count is 55 to 65, so Luvsic has built a lot of drones. He has to saturate 3 bases now, but still the army supply is in favor of Sting, and he is trying to... I'm not sure if this is actually the best choice. This is a really small army, and I'm not sure if he can do a lot of damage with only those few units. There is a drop in the back, but the drop didn't accumulate to anything because he was basically taken out immediately. He didn't do any damage at all, and this is exactly what I was talking about. He didn't have any Marines to babysit the tanks, so what exactly was he planning to do with this small attack? The drop had a nice touch to it, but there were all the Zerglings already in position, so he didn't kill anything, and you can't attack with siege tank and only like 4 Marines. That doesn't make any sense at all. You need a couple more Marines to babysit the tanks, especially when they are Zerglings. The tanks can't shoot on close range when they're in siege mode, so either move out with your entire army or not at all. Well, maybe not the entire army, but at least a huge proportion of it. 100 supply against 100 supply, +1/+1 queued up now for Sting, and at the same time the first Mutalisks are being built, and now Luvsic is just spreading his creep all across the map. He's getting a 4th base even before Sting established his 3rd, and Luvsic is pulling ahead again. Sting is kind of throwing away this game. 61 to 61 harvester supply, and we don't have, well, we have 1 missile turret in the main base. Not none, but still not enough to deal with the Mutalisks, I feel. And I don't know, Sting could have been way more aggressive after the failed attacks of his opponent. And he's, by the way, not taking the 3rd base that we talked about. He's flying the command center all the way to the bottom left, and that takes ages. He could have had that command center a lot earlier in position if he would use the middle and just use it as a planetary. But now he decides to go to the bottom left, and we have more and more Mutalisks being built, trying to be a little bit aggressive, maybe even pick off a supply depot or two. Not enough Mutalisks to really kill that turret, but he's able to focus down the gas harvesters. And another small force in the back. 10 supply advantage now for Luvsic, and he is on 1 attack upgrade, getting the 2nd one. He has a decent creep spread. He's still spreading his creep. 3 active tumors right now. And an attack at the expansion. There's not much to defend. And yep, able to kill a couple of banelings, which is obviously not the best thing. It's a kind of an interesting game. I have to say that both players are not really on top of their game right now. A lot of small individual mistakes and chances that they neglect, but still the game is pretty interesting just due to the fact that both of them are playing roughly on the same level now. So it's quite the interesting game as Sting is now moving on to the creep, trying to kill the tumors. There's the scan already. Oh, and he's picking off Mutalisk. A little bit of a unit blunder here by Luvsic, but he's sandwiching his opponent's units, and look at the Marines. Nice pick off with the Medivacs, but the tanks get obliterated by the Mutalisks, and with 15 Mutalisks there is not a problem at all for Luvsic to clear Sting's army. He's killing all of the Medivacs now as well. 135 supply against 153, but he should be careful. Running into those Marines is definitely a stupid idea. That was pretty dumb. He lost way too many units there, who should have escaped to the left as well. But Luvsic has the economy. He has the economy to back it up, as you can see. We have him on 2,300 minerals per minute and a lot of gas at that. He already has 4 bases. But Sting has 3, so he's not out of the game just yet, as you can see in the supplies. We have 160 against 150, plus 2 attack coming up now for the flyers and for the melee units for our Zerg player in the blue. oGs Luvsic still trying to win this game with Bailing Mutalisks and of course the Zerglings as well. Nice attack, picking off the siege tanks once again, but a lot of Marines survive and are able to face the Mutalisks with full force and stim activated. So Luvsic backs off once more, but he's pulling ahead. Slowly but steadily, he is pulling ahead a little bit in supply. He has his 4 bases. He has 90 drones now. 90 of them. 90 drones. Maybe a little bit oversaturated, but 68 SCVs on the other side. So we have more and more upgrades for Sting as well. As soon as he gets like 3 Marines, this is going to be a toughie for the Zerg player, as 3 Marines with Medivacs are so good. They're really awesome. But still, I feel that Sting is is in trouble if he continues like this. He is just trying to defend now. He's not really getting all that aggressive, and when he does, he makes small mistakes in his unit control, and therefore is stopped by Luvsic, who is doing a good job so far, now researching the armor upgrade as well, and finally the infestation pit. This will enable him to tech the hive, but at the same time, against those massive amounts of marines, his fungals would also do quite a good job. Marines, scans, and he's killing the tumors. But at the same time, the Zerg player is expanding at the right side of the map once more. He's getting the 5th base. And here comes another clash between those two. And a nice marine. No, he's not really splitting the marines. Oh, he's backing up with them, but he's not splitting his marines at all. Therefore loses a huge chunk, and he loses his tanks. So running onto the creep with only the marines, while 11 banelings get morphed. Might not be the best idea. Banelings are pretty fast with the speed upgrade and the bonus they get on creep. So this is going to be a tough one. Going back now, 170 supply against 200. Pathogen glands being researched. He's going for the fungals, and we have the hive tech at the same time, while we finally see a Thor that will help the marines a lot to babysit the tanks when the Thor is finally out and is able to do quite a lot of damage to clustered mutalisks, so they can't focus fire individual units as tanks when they are starting to circle the army of our Terran player. Nice flank, by the way, by... Nice run by Sting. Sorry, by Luvsic. Sting is attacking, and here comes the attack by Luvsic. He's putting pressure onto the 3rd base. There's already a 4th command center, but the Banelings out of position, not doing any damage at all. Those Zerglings had quite a run for the money as well, and now finally backing up once again, but he overstims a bit. He is stimming a lot, and the Medivacs can't keep up with all those Marines, but look at all the Banelings. Most of them are already dead, but Sting needs to do some damage. He's ahead in supply right now, but he really needs to do some damage, while his opponent is now getting a lot of spine crawlers, 7 of them everywhere across the map. There are spine crawlers being scattered around the bases, and we have the Greater Spire being researched. Well, morphed that is. So Sting needs to do some damage now. And Luvsic, he toys with him. He definitely toys with him. Every time the Terran player tries to attack, Luvsic is faking a counter, is trying to get in position to attack the 3rd base. So Sting is pinned into his main. He's pinned into his main. He's on 2 upgrades. He's not researching +3/+3. He definitely should at least research the +3 attack upgrade. He certainly has the resources. But, well, Sting is just in a really peculiar situation now. Another base at the bottom left being, well, not built, but placed down. Will take a couple of seconds, and once again, oh, nice! Oh, Luvsic, what did you do? Losing too many mutalisks, completely caught out of position, and this is an attack that will hurt a lot. But look at those fungals, the money fungals for Sting. Finally a decent spread, and also the tanks, but we have another engagement at the front where the Lynx are taking down the supply depot. The Banelings, they keep rolling, but we have the Terran player from Team NSH with a lot of pressure play. The Banelings at the bottom take out so many SCVs. Baneling trap, the Mutalisks going for it. It's a base trade scenario right now. The front has been obliterated, but the 3 bunkers in the back still full with Marines, while Sting is headed into the main base trying to take down the tech of his opponent. And yep, he is just killing the queens and everything there is, wandering from base to base and attacking. Oh, I feel like Sting will come out ahead of this. This is going to be really difficult for Luvsic to deal with, because he doesn't have the army. He doesn't have the army, and there are bunkers at the back, so he has to kill the bunkers first. And actually, Sting could just now build a bunch of supply depots. Actually can't, because he has no income whatsoever, so he needs to make those attacks count. And he's attacking into the base at the top right, taking down the spine crawlers, just walking in slowly with a stutter step, taking down the spines. Adrenal glands is about to finish for Luvsic, and he's getting the Ultralisk Cavern. Wow. This is really a close game, and he didn't kill the hive, but he is killing now a lot of production capabilities for the Zerg. The problem that he has now is that right now, oh god, he's not paying attention to those infestors at all, is he? Right now we have a lot of minerals and of income still for, well, not really income, since those drones are now getting slaughtered as well, but he still has banked up minerals and gas that he can use. But will it work? The Spire is being built, but a little bit too late, so he can't get a greater Spire, and Sting is just cleaning up now. Sting is cleaning up, and he is... Oh! This is going to be a close one. Killing four of the mules, but that's about it. All the SCVs actually survive, so now he can kill this one lonely Zergling that already has one kill. That Zergling will basically kill every single SCV there is if it continues like that. We already have 2 kills for it. Another burrowed Baneling, and Zergling finally gets taken out after killing 3 SCVs. And the last base. There is the army of Sting. Is he able to pull it off? Is he able to win? No. He needs to back up with its Mutalisk. He's down to 48 supply against 134. Looks like Sting has another victim. He is winning the second game as well, and NS Horsio is ahead with 2-0.